Dear Micah, my love, today's the day of beginning of the rest of our lives together. Our story is my favorite.
The first day of August 2020. My dearest love, here I sit, pen in hand, staring at this bleak sheet of paper, thinking and wondering how I'm ever going to be able to pen down what you mean to me, and to describe a small portion of my love for you. In all truthfulness, it is not going to happen in these words to follow, as there is ink in this pen that will run dry long before then.
My prayers, most mornings, that God puts somebody in my child's path that reiterates things that are my values also, that somebody else comes along there, but ultimately that they find a person, a godly person to spend the rest of their life with. And Kylie, if you want to.
Where's my tomboy at, huh? No tomboy here.
I'm still here.
Yes.
I love you a million times over. It takes a strong, confident man to be able to put up with me and handle their own. It is amazing God's timing and how we were brought together. I cannot wait to begin this lifelong journey of mountaintops and valleys, through sunshine or storm, through health and pandemics. The rain might not be our ordeal, but I'm determined to not let Satan ruin this day. Nothing can ruin this day because I get to marry you, my best friend and life partner.
Before you, there was a deep and longing sadness in my heart. Something incomplete. It is you, Kai, that has filled this vast void. You have filled this void in the most unique and special way possible, the way you love me. Envision for a moment, just one moment, my arms wrapping you up in the biggest and warmest hug ever. Envision me kissing your forehead and whispering, I love you, softly in your ear. Speaking of love, you have shown me the rarest and purest love, the kind of love that blossoms and grows fuller each and every day, the kind of love that stands bold in the strongest of winds and holds true under the hottest of flames and burns bright in the heaviest of rains, undeserved yet appreciated more than words can say.
It's by God's mercy that we've all made it here, and we're thankful for that. On behalf of Micah and Kylie, I would like to welcome you to their celebration of commitment, and that is what a wedding is. It's a celebration of commitment. The bottom line, when you look at all of what Paul says in 1 Corinthians 13, is that love is two things. It's an action and a choice. I love that challenge to each of us to put our names in there for love. Am I kind and patient and not jealous and not boastful and not proud and not rude? Are we that way? Love is a choice. It's an action. It is difficult because the standard's really, really high. The reason that love is a high standard is because for Christ followers, our love for each other in marriage shows other people a witness of how God has first loved us.
I, Micah, take you, Kylie, to be my wife, to have and to hold from this day forward, on the mountaintops and through the valleys, in the sunshine and through the storms, in sickness and in health. I will love and honor you all the days of my life.
Where you go, I will go, and where you stay, I will stay. Your people will be my people, and your God, my God. Where you die, I will die, and there I will be buried. Only death will be able to separate me from you.
Resist the temptation to compete with one another and compete for one another. Cheer each other and pull each other up. Learn what encourages each other the most. Be thankful for the gift that God has given you in the other person.
'Cause if I leave everything on the table, then you might.
Present to you Mr. and Mrs. Micah and Kylie Schmidt.
But I know a love like this doesn't come around every day, and I just can't bring myself to give up right now. Not this way, 'cause I love you.
either texted me or called me and said, hey, I met this girl and she's different. In a very good way.
Never been quite sure.
My girlfriends were interrogating her. We're asking her all of these questions. We're asking questions about Micah. The phrase, I love you, came up. And in this moment, Kylie had not said I love you yet. Micah had expressed his feelings towards her. Kylie was maybe fighting it a little bit, maybe being a little proud, I don't know which. But in this moment, she literally was able to verbalize through all of these questions that she was like, oh my gosh, I do love him.
He's like, yeah, I told her I love her. But she didn't say anything back. I mean, he was waiting for the reply. You know, he wanted the reply. He wanted it. He so desperately wanted it. I don't know if you were scared or what with your insight, but I'm glad you said that.
I don't know what I want. I don't know where to go with this because I really like him, and I could tell by what she was saying kind of some of what was coming from her heart. And I said to her, I said, Kylie, you're allowed to like him, and you're allowed to love him, and you're allowed to not be single.
When I heard Kylie speak of Micah, there was no doubt in her words. She wasn't second guessing herself. I know their story is a fun story of resisting it at first and then finally giving into it. But when the decision was finally made, there was never ever doubt.
Just can't bring myself to give up right now. Not this way, 'cause I love you.